Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
State line first responders get a new state-of-the-art training facility. Officials say the new building will make saving lives easier.
A local healthcare provider protects people against the flu. Staff members say this latest preventative treatment is all about convenience.
And Stevenson County students gather to learn about nature. Organizers say it's all to teach children about respecting the environment. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. Local firefighters will soon have a new facility to practice their life-saving skills. The project's been in the works for years.
Andrea Baroni was there. Andrea, two departments are coming together to make this happen.
That's right, Eric and Mimi. This morning, the mayor of Rochelle, city managers, and fire department personnel came together to break ground on the fire district's new joint training facility.
Our job as a city is to make sure that our firefighters and paramedics and police all have the greatest training that we can give them and all the tools. So this facility will make that possible.
Rochelle Fire Department and Ogilvie Fire District have been working hand in hand with the city to create the first training facility these firefighters can call their own. Prior to its building, the first responders had been training at various other spots throughout Illinois.
A lot of our training is done in-house. If we want to throw ladders, we throw them up against the fire station, or we pull hose in the station. We have been pretty fortunate. We've had a lot of acquired structures in town that we've been able to participate. But logistically, sometimes it's hard to get people to training. We utilize the State Fire Academy in Champaign or the regional training site in Cherry Valley to send people to get some burn training. But to have it in your own backyard and be able to use it whenever you want is going to be a great opportunity for us.
Construction on the project comes in 4 phases, with each phase gaining a new fire training station. That includes live fire simulations, auto extraction practices, and state fire marshal approved metal training facilities. It will also house a reserve fire engine. Chief Dave Sawsville stresses the importance of a state-of-the-art facility.
Firefighters and police and your utility workers can get out and practice their trade. They can get out and practice their skills. It makes them safer, it makes them more efficient, it makes them more effective.
All 4 phases of the training facility project are expected to be complete within the next 5 years. Eric.
Thanks, Drea. Police ask for your help to find a Rockford man accused of forgery. Back in January, Rockford Police Department's Financial and Property Crimes Unit investigated Leslie Stone. In July, the Winnebago County State's Attorney's Office reviewed the case and charged Stone with forgery. Yesterday, the State's Attorney charged Stone with burglary. Stone is not in custody. If you know where he might be, contact Rockford PD. Cherry Valley Police respond to an accident involving a school bus. It happened around 3 this afternoon near Perryville Road and Harrison Avenue. A car crashed into an RPS bus. Emergency responders took 1 adult to the hospital. There were kids on the bus. None of them were taken for treatment.
The higher age requirement for mandatory driving tests in Illinois may become permanent. Secretary of State Alexi Janulius is pushing to keep the age at 79 indefinitely. A temporary law that boosted the age from 75 is set to expire Sunday. The modification was approved in Springfield during the COVID-19 pandemic. Janulius says statistics show seniors are among the safest drivers of any age category. He adds the permanent change would bring Illinois' driving standards more in line with other states.
A local healthcare provider makes it more convenient to not get sick this fall. OSF Healthcare opened its drive-through flu shot clinic. Beginning today, patients 18 and older can get their vaccine at the primary care clinic on Featherstone Road in Rockford. The drive-thru is open from 8:20 to 12:30 on Wednesdays and Fridays through November 3rd. Doctors say the goal is to get you in and out in 15 minutes or less.
Quite more convenient. It's an easy in. You can always call in to set appointment to get this done, or on the MyChart app you can do that, and that way you drive through in your car. Very convenient. I think it's a very nice one. You don't have to see any doctor. You don't have to wait for a doctor's appointment. You just schedule your thing online, do your thing. You're in and out, hopefully in less than 15 minutes.
Flu season generally starts in September and ends around April or May.
A local not-for-profit celebrates recovery. September is Recovery and Drug Awareness Month, and Remedies Renewing Lives took today to celebrate the work they've done. Remedies provides life-saving services to adults struggling with substance abuse. Over 100 past and current patients came to the center to mark the occasion. The president of the organization says no matter how difficult things seem, there's always another way.
When I came here 18 years ago, we had 39 people in our methadone program. Today we have 320. So if anything, the positive message is people are reaching out for help, and there's not the stigma there was before addiction. There's still stigma, but not to the point that if you need help, there is a place you can turn.
Remedies also provides critical services for survivors of domestic violence and their family members.
St. Line Elementary School students learn about nature. Oakdale Nature Preserve in Freeport hosted the Keepers of the Land event. The program is offered to all third graders in Stevenson County. It promotes care for our environment through teaching and professional presenters. Organizers say it's important for kids to understand how everything in nature is connected.
I think it's just getting the youth outside so that they can take time out of the classroom so they can engage in nature and learn about why it's important to keep places like this intact. So when you come out here, that you're not pulling on the limbs and hurting the trees, that you're not hurting the wildlife out here, but that you're just enjoying it, but yet you're learning about how they fit into this world.
Nearly 180 students from across Stevenson County attended.
The Powerball jackpot continues to climb. The current prize sits at $850 million for tonight's drawing. That makes it the fourth largest drawing for the Powerball and the ninth largest lottery jackpot in U.S. history. Some people in Illinois are already celebrating after Monday's drawing. One lucky player matched 4 numbers along with the Power Play. That Power Play feature allowed them to win $100,000. 3 others matched 4 numbers and the Powerball to win $50,000 each. A group of House Republicans is pushing for stronger border security.
Coming up as the clock ticks, many people worry the added measure won't pass through the Senate in time to avoid a federal government shutdown.
And coming up at 6, the Senate passed a bipartisan agreement on Tuesday to delay the shutdown to mid-November. We'll hear from Senator Dick Durbin on his confidence on it passing in the House.
We are tracking a few spotty showers that are producing some fairly heavy rain. We'll talk about how long this is going to last and the warm-up that's in our near future. That's all next.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Quite a few U.S. House Republicans insist they won't allow a vote to avoid a government shutdown unless the bill includes provisions to stop migrants coming across our southern border.
The Republican border plan is unlikely to pass the Democrat-controlled Senate, and with the clock ticking, the plan has yet to arrive on the House floor for a vote. Anna Warnicki reports on the battle over the border, which could bring parts of the federal government to a grinding halt.
Texas Republican Congressman August Pfluger says his message is clear: shut down the flow of migrants at the southern border or shut down the government.
No border security, no funding.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says House Republicans will support a short-term spending bill only if it includes a plan to secure the border.
I don't understand where somebody would want to stand with President Biden on keeping an open border and not keep government open.
But House Democratic Caucus Chair Pete Aguilar says Republicans' border plan simply won't pass in the Democrat-controlled Senate.
That's not a real border security bill. I mean, it's Republican fantasy land.
The demands of the House Republicans, I think, are very reasonable.
Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz says border communities need the help now.
But with only 4 days left to avert a government shutdown, the Senate is taking matters into its own hands and is set to vote on its own plan to keep the government funded through mid-November.
It's a bridge towards greater cooperation between the chambers and away from the paralyzing extremism we've seen in the House.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate's bill is the only bipartisan option. But Republican Cruz says he doesn't support the Senate bill, and neither will the House. He says Democrats will have to shoulder the blame for any shutdown.
I think they're willing to shut the government down in order to prevent doing anything to secure the border.
In Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki.
Scattered showers will stick with us through tomorrow morning.
Up next, Savannah tells us when we'll dry out and about how our weekend will be pretty warm.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Savannah Brito.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Do have some showers that are continuing to push through the area. They are moving kind of in a different direction compared to what we usually see. They're moving from the southeast to the northwest behind that low pressure system, or at least associated with it. So we do have some that we're producing lightning, not seeing so much that, but yes, we still do have pockets of heavy rain south of Rockford, also near Freeport. Those are moving into northern Ogle County and also Stevenson County, also northern portions of Greene County in southern Wisconsin. So that's kind of the focal points of the heavier showers, at least right now. We did manage to get up to 0.2 of an inch in DeKalb, so adding that onto the forecast. Rockford 500th, Rochelle just saw 100th, Freeport also at 500th, Monroe got close, just above 1/10 of an inch of rain. So this does push us a little bit and help with totals. Should make a dent on our drought monitor at least a little bit. I do expect conditions to improve, at least maybe those abnormally dry conditions get pulled back a little further to our north. We'll have to see. That does come out on Thursday morning, so meteorologist Joey Marino will have that. The 16th all the way up to today, though, this does manage to make it up to 12 days in a row with at least a trace of rain, which is good, but we do have areas at least sitting under a moderate drought, and that's actually most of the state line still at this point. That's because we're under an inch of where we should be, so we're at 2.13 inches, should be at 3 and almost a quarter of an inch of rain. That's over an inch in rainfall deficit so far for the month of September. We are expecting a couple more isolated showers to continue, pockets of heavy rain that will continue through the overnight hours. I do think they'll start to break up though. Early evening hours kind of when we're focusing on the best chance, and then they break up overnight, still leaving an isolated chance tonight and then into tomorrow. I think most of us should stay pretty dry. Might see a couple of spotty showers move over southern Wisconsin, but clouds, they're finally going to start to decrease, so we will see some sunshine make a return, I think, by the second half of Thursday as temperatures do boost back to above average. We'll see that sunshine return that will help lead our temperatures to a warmer pattern, and then specifically as we head into the weekend, that's when temperatures are going to be well above average. We do sit under mostly cloudy skies, that not going away for tonight, but like I mentioned, the next shot of sunshine, that will come around at least in full blast Friday, the second half of it, and definitely for the weekend, at least a little bit of sunshine. 67 in Freeport, close to 70, but we are dropping to those upper 60s in Rockford. We have a couple 70s, 70 in Janesville, same with Savannah, 71 in both Galena and Sterling. DeKalb's at 67. So either still sitting in the lower 70s or the upper 60s at this point in time. Our winds are going to transition back out of a southerly pattern. So for now, west or an easterly or northeasterly pattern. That's why we're seeing cooler air behind that low. Gusts, though, are going to make it back up to about 15 to 20 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. Then watch, our winds finally start to transition back out of a southerly pattern. That's one of the reasons why we're going to see well above average temperatures. And this ridge that's building over the Great Plains right now, watch what this does. It does spread further east across most of the country, so we're going to see well above average temperatures, and when I say well above, 10 to 15 degrees above average. So by Friday, we're back into the mid-70s, but then the 80-degree mark, or even the lower 80s, we'll be seeing that Friday or Saturday, Sunday, and then even into early next week. And Eric, Mimi, I do think this could even last into the first week, potentially second week of October. So summer-like weather is still hanging on.
The last 5 days on that 7-day forecast look fantastic.
They sure do.
Thanks, Savannah.
Scott's in next with sports. The Cubs will try to bounce back tonight from their most devastating loss of the season.
And we'll learn why the Milwaukee Bucks might now be the favorites to win the NBA championship this upcoming season.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
If you're a Cubs fan, I know you haven't gotten over the Cubs' loss last night to the Braves. Seiya Suzuki probably hasn't either, but he is back in the lineup tonight. He'll be batting fifth and playing in right field, right where last night he somehow lost a routine fly ball, allowing it to drop and allowing the Braves to score 2 runs in the 8th inning. The Braves then won the game 7-6, dropping the Cubs into the last wild card spot in the National League. We'll see if Suzuki and the Cubs can shake that off. Jamison Tyone will take the mound tonight for the Cubs. Once again today, the White Sox didn't do the Cubs any favors. The Sox lost again to the Diamondbacks 3-0. Cubs are now a game and a half behind the Diamondbacks for the second wild card spot. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks have just made Giannis Antetokounmpo very, very happy. They've added another superstar to go with him. They've got 7-time All-Star point guard Damian Lillard from the Trailblazers. The Suns are also involved in the 8-man trade. The Bucks gave up Jrue Holiday, Grayson Allen, and a future first-round draft pick in the deal. Lillard averaged more than 32 points per game last season. High school golfers have hit the home stretch of their season. They began the road to the state tournament today with regional action. This is the boys 2A regional in Marengo at Blackstone Golf Course. Freeport's Zach Newcomer here finished third at the Nick 10 tournament last week. He shot an 84 today for the Pretzels to tie for 8th place. Belvedere North had high hopes today after winning the Nick 10 championship last weekend. Well, this is senior Carson Rowe with the Blue Thunder. He shot a 7 over 79. He finished in 3rd place individually. Sophomore Dylan Nebu had an excellent round for North. He shot a 5 over 77 to take the 2nd spot and help North finish 2nd as a team. Boylan senior Isaac Stewart here started strong, knocking down a birdie putt on the 1st hole. He shot an 83 to tie for 5th place. The top score of the day belonged to Boylan's Cole Beto. He shot a 1 over 73 to claim medalist honors. Not too shabby for a freshman. Boylan won the team championship by 2 strokes over Belvedere North. Also today, Rockford Lutheran won the 1A Pearl City Regional behind Jake Goosey's 2nd place finish. And Byron won the 2A Rock Falls Regional with Byron senior Aaron Lorenz claiming medalist honors. That's sports. We'll be right back.
After a string of gloomy, cloudy days, there's a nice forecast coming up.
I know, we do need the rain for a drought
Sure.
and everything across the state line, but I'm more so excited for the 80s and sunshine.
Yes.
We don't see that often for the beginning of October around
No,
here,
I
and for an
know.
extended period of time either.
Yeah, I was looking up our record highs, seeing if we'd come close to that. We actually were in the upper 80s, lower 90s. So we won't break those, but it'll still feel nice outside.
We'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. On the interactive radar on mystateline.com, still tracking spotty showers for the next couple of hours. I think that will really diminish as we head into the late evening hours, and then overnight hours isolated at best. 70 though, that's your high tomorrow. So temperatures, yeah, they're still going to be cool, but then as we look to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, summer-like weather and a summer-like pattern is going to make a return. The 80s look to stick around for the start of October, potentially even into the first week or two. So guys, looking warm. If you like summer weather, you'll like the pattern.
Absolutely. All right, thanks, Savannah.
Thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.